Hello, good afternoon, everyone. First of all, I would like to say thank you to Finovate organization and to congratulate them for this extraordinary event. We appreciate very much that they chose our demo today to you. I am Salvador Mas, CEO and founder of Finerative. And here with me is my colleague and also co-founder and VP of product, the impeccable Nacho Diaz. We are very happy and excited to introduce to you today on the stage in London GPT Advisor. GPT Advisor is the generative AI assistant that all wealth managers and financial advisors are waiting for, are craving for. Did you know that financial advisors and wealth managers, they only spend less than 20% of their working time on meeting with clients? And that's the time that really counts. That is the time that truly matters, because it is the invoiceable time for them, and it is the time by which they get their revenues. The rest of the time, more than 80% of the working time, is dedicated to non-productive tasks. They have administrative tasks, regulatory tasks, and especially in this sector, in wealth management, on preparing the meetings with the clients. And they do it in a very inefficient and unproductive way. They have to look for products among thousands of products and assets to recommend to their clients. They have to prepare presentations. They have to prepare the financial planning to their clients, and so on. And they waste a lot of time and money preparing this. That is why we created GPT Advisor, to reduce this waste of time and money for advisors and to increase the quality of their advice. So over to you, Nacho, please.
Thank you very much, Salva. You're so kind. So here's GPT Advisor interface, a very simple and direct conversational interface that today is ready to receive any query from advisors, right? And those queries can now be in natural language. So let's say we are a wealth manager in front of a client that's requesting information about a fund. On GPT Advisor, we could just go and say, for example, what has been the performance of the fund, for instance, Fidelity Technology Fund, over the last years. Once I send this through, obviously we're using the latest Gen AI technology to understand the query, and we launch our asset selector so that advisors can choose and pick the specific, in this case, mutual fund class that they want to analyze. Once I selected, what's happening in the background is that GPT Advisor is running a real-time performance report of the asset. That means we are retrieving data in real time, we're calculating the performance in real time, and we're graphing beautiful charts that you see here, interactive charts that advisors can use. And of course, we're using LLMs to add and include some explanation so that advisors understand what you're looking at. But this is very important to understand that this is not just LLMs generating and doing everything. That would be very easy to do. We've built a financial calculation engine that's triggered by LLMs that runs all these necessary processes and calculations in a very reliable way, because we know in this industry we need to deliver something that's trustworthy and reliable, and more in this type of queries, of performance queries.
Nacho, but what happens if the advisor is happy with this response, or with he's going to work with it, and he wants to send it to the client?
Sure. So we've built on top of the interface what we call productivity shortcuts. These shortcuts enable advisors to, for example, copy the entire response and paste it in reports they might be, generating and elaborating for their customers, or even use our integration with Microsoft Copilot and build, or at least pre-populate, emails that are ready for the final touch, the final editions of the advisors before it travels all the way to the investor or the customer.
Okay, Nacho, I think the productivity gains are very clear here for the advisor. But let me ask you one thing. We know that, especially the ones who have used ChatGPT, that ChatGPT is not very reliable, or the lack of trust and hallucinations in ChatGPT are an issue for this sector. How does GPT Advisor fight against this?
Yes, so we know all this new LLM and Gen AI technology poses a question mark in terms of trust. That's why we've built a trust layer on top of GPT Advisor as well that helps us deliver more control on the data that's being managed. So let me show you an example here. Here's a conversation I was having earlier that I highlighted here in my favorites. where I was asking about the Microsoft stock. I just asked about general information, and we can see here, I don't know, the target price, why Microsoft is expected to lead the next AI wave. But the question here would be, okay, where is this information coming from? Can I rely or not, right? So GPT Advisor not only sources and details the information to understand where is it coming from, it even points to the specific section or page of the document so that wealth managers no longer need to browse the huge repository of documentation of the entity. They just need to ask for the insight that they need in natural language, and it will be delivered to them.
Nacho, I'm very fast that we're running out of time. Can you see, we have seen so far how we analyze an asset, a stock, a mutual fund, but can we see how it analyzes individual portfolio of a client?
We have also built this conversational portfolio analysis that lets advisors just ask for the report, the portfolio report that they need in natural language, and it will be delivered to them. So for example, how has the portfolio of my client, John Smith, performed over the last months? I think I misspelled the word, but it doesn't matter. So immediately, again, our calculation engines are retrieving the data and running all the calculations that are needed to generate a complete portfolio report that's immediately delivered to the advisor. Just imagine the power of being able to personalize and generate portfolio reports just by asking in natural language. As we've seen, GPT Advisor is not just an AI tool, an LLM tool. It's a complete wealth management tool that includes accurate data management, reliable financial calculations, and the latest LLM technology so that advisors can invest more time on what truly matters and drive their business forward.
Okay, so as you see, this is only a sample of what AI is going to do for wealth management and GPT Advisor is going to do for wealth managers and advisors. We are looking forward to sharing with you this exciting journey and see you at our booth, guys. Thank you.
Thank you very much.